Hi guys, hope you're doing good. In this video, we're going to learn about comprehension. There are three types of comprehension in Python: list comprehension, set comprehension, and dictionary comprehension. Instead of talking about it much, let me straight away give you some example on how to create comprehension. Now there is a program here which is going to square the value of the list and store it in a new list. I have a list of values and I have a new list here, an empty list which is created, and here I am using a for loop to iterate through the list, take every value and then square it, append it to the new list. That is what I am doing it here. This is a normal operation that we do it, right? So here I repeat again, I am having a list of values and then I am creating a new list, that's an empty list there, and I'm iterating through the object, that's my list, taking every value from the list, putting it in val, squaring it, appending it a new list. Now let me run this code for you so that you can understand what's happening there. So it gives you 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square and 5 square and the respective values. Now the same process, if I want to do it with list comprehension, how will I do it? So this, let me comment this out and let me use a for loop here inside the list. Now before I've created the empty list, now here inside the list itself I'm using the for loop. Now what's happening here in the for loop? The same process, it iterates through the list, takes every value, put it in val, and here I'm going to square the val that is received from the for loop, right? So with the help of the for loop, I'm iterating through the list, taking every value and then squaring it, putting it inside the list. Now this process is called as list comprehension. Let me run this code for you. You get the same answer here. Can you see that? Yes. Okay. Let me give you one more example where I'm going to find only the even values from the list or even values in a range of value and then put it inside the list. Now here I created a empty list and then I'm using a for loop to iterate through a range of value that is from 0 to 10, and then I'm checking for a condition that is val mod 2 equal to 0. It means that I'm checking whether it is an even number or an odd number, right? So now when my val mod 2 is 0, then it means that it is an even number. So if the value satisfies this condition, if this condition is getting satisfied, then that value is getting appended to my new list. Now let me run this code for you. You can see 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, because the values will get appended only if this condition is getting satisfied. What is the condition? If my value is divided by 2, it means that it is an even number. Now the same process, if I want to do it with list comprehension, how will I do it? Now here I'm going to take the for loop and put it inside the list. Now why will I check the condition, right? In previous example, we have seen that we have taken the value and then squared it, right? But here now we have some process that we need to check for the condition. What is the condition? If my value is divisible by 2. So I'll put that condition on the right hand side of the for loop, check for the condition. If this condition is satisfied, I'm going to put that value inside the list. So whatever is there on this side will get stored inside the list. Now let me run this code for you. You still get the same output. Now what I am doing, I repeat the explanation for you. I am running a for loop, a range of value from 0 to 10, and I am checking for the condition. If this condition is getting satisfied, the value which is taken from the range will get stored inside the list. Now this is one kind of list comprehension where I am checking for the condition and storing it, right? Okay. Is that like you can ask me whether I can just give only conditions or values like that? No, it is not so. I can also use some formulas to do my process. Now what is the formula that I can use? For example, if I want to do a process to find the Fahrenheit for the respective Celsius value, right? Let me go ahead and do the direct list comprehension for you. I'll say Fahrenheit, and then usually I'll just say let me say X in Celsius. Now what this does, this takes the value from the list Celsius. Let me uncomment this, I'm sorry. It will take the value from the Celsius and put it in X. Now what's the formula for converting Celsius to Fahrenheit? I'll be putting that on the left hand side. I'll say 5 by 9 into x plus 32. Now what it does, it takes the value from the list Celsius iterably and takes every value, put it in x and apply that value in this formula. And then if I try to print this, it will print the respective Fahrenheit value for the Celsius. Okay, I'm sorry, I've missed an assignment operator there. That's the reason it's showing error for me. Nothing big there. So it's giving you some Fahrenheit values here. Can you see that? Yes. So even the formulas can be applied on list comprehension. Now let us go and see nested list comprehension. I'll tell you how this works. Now if I want to do the same process, let me take this out. These things are not required for me. I'll go to the same old example. I'm going to do a square of value and then I want to square the squared values, right? So let me clear this code for you, clear the space. Okay. Now here what will be the output for this? It will be, if I do the square of it, it will be 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25. Now if I want to square the values again, I'll say SQR of SQR and then I'll say the same process, right? Let me copy and paste it here. So instead of my list, I'm not going to take from my list, I'm going to take from square list. Let me try to print it. I'll say print SQR of SQR, right? Good to go? Yeah, let me execute this code. Now what's happening? I am taking the value from the list, squaring it off, putting it in square list, and again I am taking the value from the square list, right, and putting it inside, squaring it and putting it inside the new list called as square of square. But this can be done within one list comprehension with the help of nested list comprehension. How will I do it? Now let me comment this out. So in place of square list, what is there in square list? The same process. I just copy this and put it here. Now what's happening here? Let me tell you. I'm just doing using a for loop, iterating through the list, taking every value, squaring it, putting it inside the list, and that list value will be 1, 4, 9, 16 and 12. Sorry, 20, 25, and this value is a list, and again a list, any list is an iterable object. Now this will get iterated. It will take 1, 4, 9, 16 and 25, again square it, right? So let me run this code again for you. If I do this, I'm getting the same output, that is 1 square, 4 square, 9 square, 16 square and 25 square, right? So this is called as nested list comprehension, right? So I am squaring, I'm doing a process of a list inside a list comprehension that again comes inside a list here, right? So this list comprehension is again inside another list comprehension, right? So this is called as nested list comprehension. Okay, let me give you a final example for list comprehension. For example, I'll take 1 minute. Let me take the same example, same values for my list. Now here, if a work is given to you to square the even numbers and cube the odd numbers, how will I do it? I may do like that, right? So square even and then cube odd, right? That's how I do it. Now how will I do it here? I'll say for x in my list, I'll check for the condition if x mod 2 equal to 0, then this is even number. What I need to do, I need to square the even number. Now if the same process if I want to do with odd number, let me do it here again. I'll say if x mod 2 equal to 1, then I'm going to cube it. Let me say print square even and then say print cubord, right? Let me run this code for you. Okay, now you got the even numbers 2 and 4, which is getting squared to 4 and 16, and we got the odd numbers, that is 1, 3 and 5, that is getting cubed to get 127 and 125. Now if I want to do these two things together, if I want like these things to be done together in one single list comprehension, how will I do it? Let us see that. Let me say sqr and cub eve odd, right? Let me do it in a single list comprehension. How will I do it? Same process, iterating through the list. There will not be any change in that. But how will I find whether it is an even and then square it, and odd and then cube it? Now we'll be using a condition on the left hand side. I say x mod 2 equal to 0. It means that it is even number. If it is even, I'll square it like this. I'll say x power 2. And if it is odd, what should I do? When this condition fails, then it is else, right? When the condition fails, obviously it will go to the else part. Let me put an else there and say x cube. Now what is this? You may look, this is something different for you, right? This is something different for you. Now why is different? Like you would have used this conditional statements in other programming languages. Hope you remember, like you would have used conditional statements. Do you remember conditional statements, right? Question mark and colon. The same way we have some conditional statements in Python as well. That is true statement if condition, else false statement. Now this is how it goes. Now if my condition is true, the statement which is before if will be executed. If the condition is false, the statement next to else will get executed. That is what happening here as well, right? What's happening here? If I'm iterating through the list, taking every value one by one. First I'll take the value 1 and it comes here 1 mod 2 condition 1 mod 2 equal to 0, condition false. It will go to the else part, cube the value, store it in the list, and then I'll iterate through the object again, and then I'll get 2 mod 2 equal to 0, condition true, so it will go to the left hand side of the if and it squares it. Now let me print this code. And then run the code again for you. So you're getting 1, that is odd value, it's getting cubed. 1 cube is 1, and then 2 squared is 4, 3 cube is 27, 4 squared is 16, and 5 cube is 125. Got it? Any doubt here, guys? Fine, well and good. Now next let us see set comprehension. As of now we are seeing list comprehension. Let us see some examples on set comprehension. Now what is set comprehension? How to use it? Let me give a small very simple example for you. I'll say sqr set. Okay, let me take a set value 1 2 3 4 5. This is my value of set. This is how I represent set. Hope you know that, right? Now if I want to square the values in the set, it's very simple. What you did for list comprehension, I'll enclose the process within the bracket. Now if it is a set comprehension, I'll just enclose this things within the braces. That's all, right? Nothing big there. If I want to use a set comprehension, nothing you need to do, very simple. Whatever you do with list comprehension, just change the braces, just change the bracket to braces. Whatever you do with list comprehension, the same thing, whatever you did in list comprehension can be done in set comprehension. With one change, just change the brackets to braces. Let me run this code for you. Oops, it's my set. Yeah, we'll run it. It should go for one, right? I'm getting 1 4 9 16 and 25. Got it? So for set comprehension, nothing. Replace the brackets in list comprehension to braces, you will be getting the result. right? So finally, let us go and see what is dictionary comprehension and how to use it, right? So let me take an example of, let me have something called a subject, a tuple of values, that is math, computers, and then science. Let me have a list called as mark, which is 160, 180, and 120. Like, I'm considering this, all the marks are out of 200. Now if I want to create a dictionary out of these two, sit and mark, I can do this with the help of zip. If at all you have had it, if you have a chance, just go and watch my video which I've done on zip, so that you can understand it clearly, right? I've given the information in the description below, right? Let me say subject mark, I'll say dict of zip sub comma mar. Now this will create a dictionary for me. Let me run this code. Before that, I'll clear this for you. Let me run this code. Now here the subject and mark will get packed as a key value pair and will be stored inside the dictionary, right? So math and 160, math is the key and 160 is the value, computer is the key and 180 is the value, science is the key and 120 is the value, right? So this is the key value pair. Now if a work is given to you to find the average of every mark and store it in a new list, let the list name be sub AVG, right? If I want to find the average of every mark, or like percentage of every mark, something like that, right? How will I do it? So it's very simple. We can do it with the help of dictionary comprehension. Now let me tell you how to do it with dictionary comprehension. I'll say for, I'll say key comma val in, I'll say zip of subject comma mark. Now here what this will do, this zip will pack the subject and mark, and then when it comes here to the for loop, right, it unpacks the value and store it in key and value, right? Two variables, key and value, right? So now zip is zipping or packing the tuple and your list together, and then here in the for loop, when it iterates through it, it what unpacks it and stores it in key and value. For the first iteration, my key will be math and value will be 160. Now here I want to store it in the dictionary. Now dictionary will be always have a will be like a key value pair separated by a colon, right? Now let me write key colon val, but what I require here is the average, that is by 2. So it will take the key, that is math, and then val, that is 160, divided will give you 80, and then store it as a key value pair, right? So let me do it, print the AVG here and run this code for you. So you're getting mark SUB mark as subject marks as math 160, computer 180, science 120, and the average of everything is math is 180 percentage, computer is 90 percentage, science is 60 percentage. Now what's happening here, let me explain to you again. I'm using a for loop inside the dictionary. So this is the dictionary comprehension. Now here I'm using a zip of two objects, that is a tuple and a list, right? Now here zip of subject comma mark, right? Now here it packs the value as a tuple, and then here this for loop unpacks it again, stores the key value. The first iteration, in the first iteration, my key will be math and value will be 160. It comes here, I'm saying key, that is math colon val by 2, that is 160 by 2 is 80. That creates a key value pair inside my dictionary. And then for the second iteration, it goes and takes the value computer and 180 and then packs it here. Here again it unpacks it, stores computers in key and 180 in val, I come here to the left hand side, I'm creating a key value pair that creates computers colon 90, right? Like this, it creates again and again and again. So this is called as dictionary comprehension. Usually comprehension in Python helps you in creating an elegant view of the code instead of doing it more number of codes, right? It gives you a simple view and it helps you in reducing the number of lines of code. I'm done with this video, guys. If you have any doubts or queries, please comment in the comment section. I'll definitely get back to you on that. And if you want some other videos from me, please comment there as well. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get more notification of my further videos. Thank you very much, guys.